Dear students of BCom Part 2, in the present lecture, we are going to take a problem on ESOP shares, that is, practical approach on ESOP shares. So, firstly, I am reading what exactly provided in the problem. Varsha Trading Company Limited, registered with a capital of rupees 80 lakh, divided into 8 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, but the company issued 4 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, payable as under: rupees 3 on application, rupees 3 on allotment, rupees 2 on first call, rupees 2 on final call. All the amounts received except the following: Mr. Ravi Roy, holding 1000 shares, did not pay money on allotment, first call and final call. Mrs. Shanti Sharma, holding 1500 shares, did not pay money on first call and final call. Mr. Pramod Poonawalla, holding 2000 shares, did not pay money on final call. These shares were forfeited and reissued at rupees 6 each to Mrs. Swati Sen, and amount received in full. Pass necessary journal entries in the books of Varsha Trading Company. After reading a problem, we got certain facts that can be analyzed as: name of the company is Varsha Trading Company Limited. The capital of that company consists of equity shares. Authorized capital of the company is 8 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. But now we are considering here only issued shares. Therefore, 4 lakh equity shares issued at rupees 10 each. It means that this is a case of issue of shares at a par. A share of rupees 10 is issued at rupees 10. That is called as issue of shares at a par. There are 4 stages of collection of money. First stage is application, second is allotment, third one is first call, and last is final call. In this problem, no issue of oversubscription and undersubscription. It means that all issued shares were subscribed. In this problem, there are 3 parties failed to make payment timely on stated calls as well as allotment. First party is Mrs. Ravi Roy, failed to pay amount on allotment, first call and final call. It means Mr. Ravi Roy only paid application money. Another party, Mrs. Shanti Sharma, didn't pay first call and final call. It means Mrs. Shanti Sharma paid amount up to allotment. And last party, Mr. Pramod Punawala didn't pay final call money. It means Mr. Punawala paid money up to first call. These shares were forfeited. This means 1000 plus 1500 plus 2000 is equal to 4500 shares were forfeited on account of non-payment on allotment, first call and final call. And these shares were reissued at rupees 6 each. It means a share of rupees 10 is reissued for rupees 6. Here, the case is issue of shares at a discount, but these shares are reissued shares. And we have asked to make or to pass necessary journal entry in the books of Varsha Trading Company. This is a problem. Now we are going to give solution of that problem. Firstly, we are mentioning the name of company in which we are going to record journal entries. So here name of the company is Varsha Trading Company Limited. Therefore, in the books of Varsha Trading Company Limited journal entries, we have prepared here five columns: serial number, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. Firstly, we are passing two entries about application. Here, equity shares are issued. That's why we are we would mention equity shares whenever necessary. The word equity shares in the entries whenever necessary. First entry, application money received. Firstly, we are highlighting certain points regarding that entry. Here we are going to mention in entry equity shares because equity shares are issued. If the preference shares are issued, we can mention preference shares. But in this problem, equity shares are issued. Therefore, we are going to mention equity shares in the entry whenever necessary. Here, 8 lakh equity shares are given of rupees 10 each, but they are mentioned under authorized capital. We are not considering here authorized shares, but we are considering here issued shares. Here number of shares issued was 4 lakh. So we are collecting, our company is going to collect rupees 3 with the application. Therefore, issued shares 4 lakh into rupees 3 is equal to 12 lakh. Therefore, 12 lakh received to Varsha Company Limited, entry for it. Amount received, therefore bank account debit 12 lakh. This amount is of application money. Therefore, to equity share application account 12 lakh being application money received on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 3 each. This is a first entry. Second entry, conversion of application money into capital account. Here application exactly received whatever the company has issued shares. Therefore, all application money is to be converted into capital account. Therefore, we are going to give debit to application account whereas credit to capital account. So entry for it. Equity share application account debit 12 lakh to equity share capital account 12 lakh being application money on 4,000 equity shares at rupees 3 each transferred to equity share capital account. In this way, we have passed two entries regarding application. Now we are passing two entries about allotment. Firstly, we are showing allotment money due. Therefore, allotment money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 3 each. Therefore, 4 lakh equity shares multiplied by rupees 3 is equal to 12 lakh. Therefore, we are showing here allotment money due, the amount due on which that account would be debited. Therefore, equity share allotment account debit 12 lakh. When we are showing amount due, at that time it is necessary to give credit to capital account. Therefore, here to equity share capital account 12 lakh being allotment money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 3 each. Entry number 4 allotment money received. But here Mr. Ravi Roy didn't pay allotment money on 1,000 shares. Therefore, allotment money received on 3,99,000 equity shares. So, entry bank account debit 3,99,000 equity shares into rupees 3 is equal to 11,97,000 to equity share allotment account 11,97,000 being allotment money received on 3,99,000 equity shares at rupees 3 each. Now we are passing two entries regarding first call. First call money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 2 each. So we are going to show amount due on first call. Therefore, first call account would be debited. 4 lakh into 2 is equal to 8 lakh. Equity share first call account debit 8 lakh. 2. Equity share capital account 8 lakh being first call money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 2 each. Here we have shown first call money due. Actually, first call money received less than due amount. It means that here two parties were failed to make payment on account of first call. First party, Mr. Ravi Roy, held 1,000 shares, did not pay first call. Second party, Mrs. Shanti Sharma, held 1,500 equal shares, did not pay. first call. Therefore, amount actually not received on 2,500 equity shares at rupees 2 each. It means rupees 5,000 not received on first call. Therefore, amount due on first call was 8 lakh. Not received amount on first call 5,000. Therefore, amount received on first call was rupees 7,95,000. So, we are passing entry here regarding first call money received. Entry bank account debit 3,97,500 shares into rupees 5 into rupees 2 is equal to 7,95,000. This amount received on account of first call. Therefore, we are going to record here equity share first call account, and that would be given credit 7,95,000. Therefore, entry bank account debit 7,95,000 to equity share first call account 7,95,000 being first call money received on 3,97,500 equity shares at rupees 2 each. In this way, we have passed up to this level 6 entry. 2 entries regarding application, 2 entries regarding allotment, 2 entries regarding first call, and now we are going to pass 2 entries regarding final call. Final call money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 2 each. Therefore, 4 lakh equity shares into rupees 2 is equal to rupees 8 lakh. Amount due on final call rupees 8 lakh. So, the amount on which money is due, that would be debited, and ultimately capital account would be credited. So, entry for it: equity share final call account debit 8 lakh to equity share capital account 8 lakh being final call money due on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 2 each. Entry number 8: final call money received. For that purpose, we are considering amount actually received. Hence, here amount due was shown on 4 lakh equity shares at rupees 2 each is equal to rupees 8 lakh. But here amount not received from 3 parties on account of final call. That parties were Mr. Ravi Roy held 1,000 shares, Mrs. Shanti Sharma held 1,500 equity shares, and Mr. Pramod Poonawalla held 2,000 equity shares. So, amount total of these three came 4,500. Therefore, amount not received on 4,500 equity shares at rupees 2 each. It means 4,500 into rupees 2 is equal to rupees 9,000. Out of 8 lakh, the company has not received 9,000. Therefore, actual money received was 7,91,000 on final call. So, we are recording here entry about final call money received. Money received, so bank account debit 7,91,000 to equity share final call account 7,91,000 being final call money received on 3,95,500 equity shares at rupees 2 each. In this way, we have passed 8 entries, 2 entries for application, 2 entries for allotment, 2 entries for first call, 2 entries for final call. Now, these shares on which amount actually not received were forfeited by the company. So, we are recording here entry regarding forfeiture of shares. Student should remember that for forfeiture of shares, only one entry will be passed. Entry for forfeiture of shares is: firstly, consider number of shares forfeited. Here 4,500 shares were forfeited. Then consider face value of each share. Here face value of each share is rupees 10. Therefore 4,500 equity shares into rupees 10 is equal to 45,000. Therefore, we are going to give debit to equity share capital account. In earlier entries, we have not given anywhere debit to capital account, but we have given in earlier entries credit to equity share capital account whenever necessary. But student must take into account while passing journal entries or general entry about perpetual of shares, capital account would be debited. Therefore, equity share capital account debit rupees 45,000. Then we are going to give credit on which actually amount was not received. Here in 3 stages the company has not received amount. Certain amount not received on allotment stage, certain amount not received on first call stage, and certain amount not received on final call stage. Therefore, we are mentioning the name of that stages. Therefore, to equity share allotment account, to equity share first call account, and to equity share final call account. Also, we are considering here actual amount not received on that particular stage. Here allotment money not received 3,000. Therefore, to equity share allotment account 3,000. Actual money not received on first call rupees 5,000. Therefore, to equity share first call account rupees 5,000. Actual money not received on final call 9,000. Therefore, to equity share final call account 9,000. Now we are balancing the entry. Difference is occurring to the credit side. That difference amount is 28,000. That amount 28,000 is considered, and for that we are going to give credit to share forfeited account. Here difference between debit and credit is termed as share forfeited account, and here difference is occurring to credit side, and that is recorded as to share forfeited account 28,000. B. 4,500 equity shares forfeited on account of non-payment of allotment, first call and final call money. In this way, we have passed only one entry regarding forfeiture of shares. If these shares are reissued, then we are going to pass journal entry regarding reissue of shares. If these shares are not reissued, there is no need to make journal entry. But in this problem, these all shares were reissued at rupees 6 each. So we are passing entry about reissue of shares. 4,500 equity shares into rupees 6 is equal to rupees 27,000. So amount received 27,000. Debit is given to bank account. Bank account debit 27,000. After leaving certain space, we are directly mentioning to equity share capital account. For that purpose, consider number of shares reissued into face value of each share. Here 4,500 equity shares were reissued. Face value of each share is rupees 10. Therefore, 4,500 equity shares into rupees 10 is equal to 45,000. Therefore, we have given here credit to equity share capital account by rupees 45,000. Also here compare debit balance and credit balance. Debit balance is 27,000 and credit balance is 45,000. Therefore, difference is 18,000, that is coming on debit side. Therefore, we are giving debit to share forfeited account by rupees 18,000. Share forfeited account debit 18,000. It is necessary to mention in bracket discount on reissue of shares. It means that a share of rupees 10 reissued at rupees 6. Therefore, discount is rupees 4 per share on account of reissue of shares. Narration. B. 4,500 forfeited equity shares reissued at rupees 6 each and amount received in full. Last entry. Compare share forfeited account balance, debit balance and credit balance. In entry number 9, we have given credit to share forfeited account, and entry number 10, we have given debit to share forfeited account. Here debit balance is more, credit balance is more than debit balance. Credit balance was 28,000 and debit balance was 18,000. Therefore, difference occurring 10,000, and that means share forfeited account would be given debit, while that account is given debit. Ultimately, capital reserve account will be created. So, entry for it: share forfeited account debit 10,000 to capital reserve 10,000. B. Balance on share forfeited account is transferred to capital reserve account. In this way, we have passed here 11 entries. For each stage, 2 entries. 2 entries for application, 2 entries for allotment, 2 entries for first call, 2 entries for final call. Therefore, 8 entries. Only one entry we have passed for forfeiture. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. Only one entry we have passed for reissue of shares. 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. And last entry we have passed regarding transfer of share forfeited account balance to capital reserve. That is one entry. It makes 10 plus 1 is equal to, it makes 11 entries. In this way, we have passed 11 entries in the books of Varsha Trading Company Limited. So I am concluding my speech here. Thank you.